Millie and Melody's Sleepover is the second segment of the 14th episode of Mickey Mouse Mixed Up Adventures, and as the title suggests, Millie and Melody are having a sleepover. They're actually sleeping at Minnie's vacation house, and they've invited lots of their friends over, and they're both looking forward to having a lot of fun. But when they are separate, when one of them's with Daisy and one of them's with Minnie, they start to plan the things that they'd like to do. And unbeknownst to each other, but known to us as the viewer, they're both planning opposite things. For example, one of them wants to bake a chocolate cake, one of them wants to bake something that isn't a chocolate cake because they're fed up of chocolate. One of them wants to play these kind of games, one of them wants to play this kind of games. And when they're back together at the vacation house and their friends are all there, they realise that they're gonna have to compromise. But even once you've acknowledged that you need to compromise, how do you know which compromises to make? And it's all about compromise. That's the main theme of this episode, that if you are sharing something, if you are, I imagine that this is a common thing with twins. I'm not a twin, but I imagine if you're a twin, and especially if you share birthdays, you're going to have to make compromises. Unless you happen to have identical tastes, which I feel like is often not the case. Or even if you've just got siblings and you have to share events or, holidays and things, compromise is always important, no matter what your relationship. Relationships in general are all about compromise, and Millie and Melody have to learn this, and the other characters, Daisy, Minnie, and Cuculoca, kind of help guide them towards how to do this and how to look at the bigger picture. Does it really matter what kind of cake you have, or is it all about the fun you have making the cake together, and then of course eating it? And they ultimately learn that compromise can be a great thing and you can have the best of both worlds. Really important message. Visually stunning. Really gorgeous episode. There's this wonderful bit where they're making balloon animals, and the balloons are just standard sausage balloons, and then they just magically turn into animals in their hands, and I just love how that was animated. It was very effective. Very simple. Very effective though. Really enjoyed it. Strong message. Beautifully delivered. Visually gorgeous. Definitely a credit to the series.